Alright, this is Homework Help Module 4, Lesson 15, 5th grade. There's the homework I assigned. The bonus is 5 all. Solve. Draw a rectangle fraction model to explain your thinking. Then write a multiplication sentence. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and write the multiplication sentence. 2/3 times 3/5. So it's 2/3 of 3/5. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw my 3/5. So I'm going to divide this into 5 sections, and I'm going to shade in 3 of these. And that gives me my 3/5. Alright, so now what I need to do is I need to pay attention here and cut this into thirds. It's a little hard to see. I chose my color, so I need to stick with it for right now. And of those 3, I'm going to be shading in 2. Double shade. 1, 2. Okay, so I'm shading in 2/3. Okay, so if we count them up, we see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. Let me do that again. Over here, 6 out of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 out of 15. So if you look closely, we're just multiplying across. 3 times 5 is 15, and 2 times 3 is 6. Now, another way of looking at this is to look, well, let me show you so you don't get mixed up. Some of you will already say, how did you get there? I'll show it to you again, a little slow motion. So this is the same thing as above. So these are the same. So you multiply across and you get your 6. 2 times 3 is 6. And then you multiply the bottom, 3 times 5, and you get 15. Now another thing that's happening here is because we have that 2 times and the 3 times 3/5, so we have 2/3 times 3/5, we can also do the cross canceling. So I can say, 3 goes into 3 one time, so these cancel out each other. And that gives me 2/5. Okay, so how would that show up on here? Well, I can show you. Let's use a different color. So I'm going to group these together in groups of 3. All of these are shaded in one time. The 1 through 6, they're shaded in 2 times. And then these are not shaded in at all. And so there is a total of 2 out of 5. Because there's 5 groups that I circled. Okay, if you don't understand that, hopefully you understand this part, that we cross cancel. If you don't understand the cross cancel, then if you got 6/15, you would be okay, but I want you to stretch your brain. Another way to think about it, both of them are divisible by 3. Okay. Now looking at it right now on the next one, I know that right here, well, let me make it a little bigger so you can see. I'll write it again so we'll know for sure. 4/9 times 3/8. Well, I know that 3 goes into 9 3 times, and 3 goes into 3 one time, and I know that 4 goes into 8 2 times, and 4 goes into 4 one time. So I know my answer is going to be 1, 6. Whoa, too fast, right? All right, so let me show you the regular way. So we have 4/9 times 3/8 equals, now this is why you want to do this. If you see this, we're going to have a number that's 1272. Now, do you really want to draw 72 boxes? Ay, 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 that would take for a long time. Well, not forever, but a long time. And takes up a lot of space. I'll go ahead and do it for you, though. Okay? But another thing you could think of is you could just do, well, let's go ahead and do it. So I'm going to do 8s. Let me do a bigger box. Okay, so I need to do 8s first. So I'm going to go ahead and do my 4ths. And half of 4 is 8s. So there is my 8s. I'm going to go ahead and shade in 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And then I am going to cut it into 9ths. So I'm going to first cut it into 3rds. And each 3rd I'm going to cut into another 3rd. Alright, and I need 4 of these to show 4/9. So I'm going to shade in, double shade. Four ninths, okay, and here's my 3/8. I write it over here, hopefully you see it. Alright, and if you count all of them, there would be 72. A lot of work. You can see hopefully that this is why this 1/6 is so much easier. Now, how would I show that on here? So I would group all of this as 1, and since that's 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of 3, so I'm going to do 4. Oops, that didn't come out right. 4 lines of 3 again. Alright, and then I'm going to do it again here, and again here, and again here. Oops, I'm running out of room. I can't do that one. Alright, oops, undo. So I have right here, I have 1, 2, and 3. Oops, I need 4 groups of, no, 3 groups of 4. Yep, 3 groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is going to be a group. And this will be a group. Kind of confusing, right? But anyway, it is 1 out of the 6 groups because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups. Okay? One of them is shaded in out of that. So that's how I know I'm right there too. Okay? Hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully you don't have something so convoluted for that. But just look at this, how easy that was. Alright? Newspaper cover page is 3/8 text and photographs will fill the rest. If 2/5 of the text is an article about endangered species, what fraction of the cover page is the article about endangered species? Okay, so first it starts off the newspaper cover page is, that word is, tells you that that's the one that you have to pay attention to first. So I'm going to draw a tape diagram. And in this tape diagram, I'm going to cut it into eighths because there's eighths there. And it says that 3/8 is text. So 3/8 is text. If 2/5 of the text is an article about endangered species, what fraction of the cover page is the article about endangered species? So out of this 3 sections, there are 2 sections, or 2/5 that are text. Alright, so newspaper cover has 3/8 text and photographs fills the rest. Alright, so we have the photographs filling the rest. This story, as they want us to call it, has a lot of information that we need to pay attention to. Sorry, I'm looking for something to help me clarify a point. Okay, so now we just have to look for 2/5 of 3/8. So our tape diagram does help us start off the process, but we actually have to just look at 3/8 in this respect. This is the way I like to do it. Oops. So I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. Here is our newspaper, and we're going to shade in. Oops, that's 3/8. Sorry, I did 4ths. Let me finish it up. We are going to shade in 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we have to cut it into fifths because it says 2/5 of the text. So we're actually looking just at the yellow part, but that's cut into fifths. So I'm going to draw 4 lines to make 5 sections. And okay, so I forgot to write that down here. This is my 3/8. And now I need to shade in 2 of the 5. So I'm going to double shade this section here. Now the question asks, what fraction of the cover page in the article is about endangered species? So that section that's double is the endangered species. I know why I got confused by this one, because another question asks you different what's left over. So we have 2/5 of 3/8, which gives us 5/40. Oh, wait a second. Can we do some simplifying? Yes, we can. 2/5 times 3/8. Okay, I can do that to a 4 and do that one to a 1. That's going to give me 3/20. Oops, this one should be 6. Sorry. Okay, so that's 6/40, which is also the same as 3/20. All right. And how does that show up, the 3/20? Let me show you. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and as you can see, 3 of them are shaded in. So that's 3 20s. All right. Draw a fraction model to explain. I will draw a couple of them, but some of them you can do quickly by cross-canceling. That's 1, that's 2, and my answer is going to be 3/10. Oops, I gave you the wrong answer. I gave you the answer. No, no. Just kidding. Oh, I did give you the answer. All right, so it says to draw one. This is part 1, sorry. All right, so our answer here is going to be 8 25s. There's not going to be any simplification on that one. You're going to draw your fifths. And you're going to draw your other fifths. Oh, actually, we should shade in 4 of these. And now we're going to draw our other fifths. All right. So first we had our 4/5, and then we had our 2 sections of these. It's going to be 2/5. So we're going to shade in 2 sections of these. And again, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's our 8 that goes up there. All right, and then we go continue 10, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now, I'm counting again, but if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 5 here, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 5 times 5 will give us our area of 25. So that's a faster way of doing it. I'm not doing that because I don't want to confuse people. I want you to see where the 25 comes from counting. But if you see that right away, go ahead, go for it. All right. Here I can cross cancel. There's 1 there, there's 1 there. My answer is going to be 3/5. Too fast? Okay. 4/5 times 3/4. Let me change the color on that one. So I'm going to draw my 4ths. I'm going to shade in 3 of them. And then I'm going to do my 5ths. And if you're not sure how I'm cutting these in 5ths, just look at the colors. That's what's telling you where I'm getting my numbers from. So this is my 3/4. And then 4 of these is 4/5. Okay? And so my answer is going to be 12 20s. And again, 1, 2, 3 times 4 is 12. Hopefully you see that there's 12 in the double shaded area. I don't have to count them out. And if we continue on, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4 is 20. Okay, so that's 12 20. Now that's drawing, and you can see how arduous it can be. Okay, so we have 3/5. Can we show 3/5? All right, so we're going to need 5 groups, and in each group there's probably going to be a division of 4. Okay, so we're going to have 1 group here, 1 group here, 1 group here, 1 group here, and one group here. So there's our 5 groups, and we see that there are 3 groups out of the 5 groups that are shaded in. All right. Over here, you don't have to draw. If it helps, you can draw one. I don't think it helps me that much. I can cross cancel here. What I'm doing there, boys and girls, it's 3 times 4 over 4 times 5. All I'm doing is changing it to 3 over 5 times 4 over 4. And hopefully you see that 4 over 4 is 1, so it's 3/5 times 1, which gives us our answer of 3/5. So over here, hopefully you see that it's actually 3 times 1 is 3, and 1 times 5 is 5. And there's our answer. Okay, over here, there's no relation. My 8s aren't related to my 5, and my 5s aren't related to my 6s. So I can't really do anything but multiply across. So this is just a simple 5 times 5 over 6 times 8, which gives me 25 over 48. No simplifying there. Let me think. 3, can we do 3? No, 25 can't be divided by 3, so nope. All right. All right, here there is a relationship between the 9 and the 3. 3 times 3 equals 9, and 1 times 3 equals 3. So now my answer is 2 over 7, 2/7. No, sorry, 21s. I forgot to multiply by times 3. All right, 2 21s. For those of you that can't get that, that's 3/7 times 2 9s. And that will give us 6 over 63. And both of these are divisible by 3, so that would be divisible by 3 will give me 2. Divisible by 3 will give me 21. And there's my 2 21s. All right. I didn't give you the other one. So let me go back to this question over here, and then we'll stop. If I said 2/5 of the photographs were of endangered species instead of text, you would be using this as your endangered species photographs, because there's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this would be 2/5 of that. Okay, so please be aware that